When it comes to starting your own online store, Shopify is one of the best e-commerce platforms out there. But the main problem with Shopify is that it can be hard to decide which Shopify plan to go with or how much it really costs when you factor in the cost of third-party apps. Now, the right Shopify plan for your online store depends on a variety of factors, which include your monthly revenue, your required feature set, and your customization needs. Now, this video will enumerate all the costs and benefits for each Shopify plan and prevent you from wasting money on unnecessary features. And my ultimate goal here is to help you understand how much Shopify costs and choose the cheapest possible Shopify pricing plan that meets your minimum requirements. Now, the first question I always get asked is Shopify free? Shopify is not free, but they do offer a 14-day free trial. And during this free trial, you can build an online store and have access to all their tools. However, in order to take transactions online, you have to sign up for a paid plan. And right now, Shopify offers 5 plans. There's Shopify Lite at $9 a month, Shopify Basic at $29 a month, Shopify Regular at $79 a month, Shopify Advanced at $299 a month, and Shopify Plus, which costs over $2,000 a month. Now, which Shopify plan should you choose? Now, the following table here is actually taken directly from Shopify's website and enumerates all the features for each pricing plan. And if you look at this table, you notice a couple things. First of all, the Shopify Lite plan and the Shopify Plus plan are missing. And the reason is because the Shopify Plus plan and the Lite plan have very specific use cases, which I'll discuss in depth later on in this video. Second of all, there's actually very little difference between the basic, regular, and advanced plans outside of a couple of features and processing fees. So as a result, your decision between Shopify Basic, Regular, and Advanced primarily depends on your monthly sales volume and how much you value the extra features versus paying for third-party apps. All right, so here are the features available on all Shopify pricing plans. Now, they all offer abandoned cart recovery, and abandoned cart recovery is a feature where your shopping cart automatically reaches out to customers who abandon their cart and convince them to complete their purchase. Now, Shopify's built-in abandoned cart recovery feature is extremely limited because it only allows you to send a single email to customers. And realistically, any serious e-commerce store owner will use a third-party abandoned cart recovery solution like Klaviyo. All Shopify plans also offer a point-of-sale solution as well. Shopify POS, or point of sale, is their point of sale solution that allows you to access in-person payments at pop-ups, markets, fairs, and trade shows. And then finally, all Shopify plans offer a free SSL certificate, discount codes, real-time carrier shipping quotes, and unlimited products. Now let's talk about the plans. If you have a website and you want to sell just a couple of products, then Shopify Lite is for you, and it's $9 a month. So if you run a popular blog or an existing website and simply want to just add the ability to sell a couple products here and there, then the Lite plan is for you. The Lite plan costs $9 a month and allows you to sell on Facebook and on your own site through the use of custom buy buttons. Now, the important thing to realize about Shopify Lite is that this plan does not provide you with an online store website. In fact, the Lite plan is only for people who already have their own website and would like to accept transactions online. So for example, if I wanted to sell widgets on mywifequitherjob.com, I might want to sign up for the Shopify Lite plan so I can include buy buttons on my blog to sell my products. Now, if I had a popular Facebook page or group, I might want to sign up for Shopify Lite to sell directly on Facebook. So bottom line, the Shopify Lite plan is only for people who already have a website and would like to accept transactions online. And in addition to the $9 a month fee, you'll also have to pay 2.9% plus 30 cents in credit card transaction fees if you use Shopify payments. Now, if your online store makes less than $16,333 per month, go with Shopify Basic. And for most stores out there, the Basic plan makes the most economical sense until you start generating more than $16,333 in monthly revenue. Now, here's how to calculate the break-even point. The Basic Shopify plan charges 2.9% plus 30 cents in credit card transaction fees, whereas the main Shopify plan charges 2.6% plus 30 cents in credit card transaction fees. That is a difference of 0.3% on fees. Now, the main Shopify plan costs $79, whereas the basic Shopify plan costs only $29, a difference of $50. Now, to make up for that $50 difference in cost, you have to process $50 divided by 0.3% or $16,333 to break even in terms of credit card fees. Now, feature-wise, the one major difference between the main Shopify plan and the basic plan is that the main plan offers gift cards and an advanced report builder. Now, at first glance, the lack of gift card capability sounds like a deal breaker, but there's actually many Shopify third-party apps that will implement this functionality for you. So for example, the Bold Discount app offers a very powerful discount engine for only $15 a month. Now, while the professional reports you get with the main plan are useful, they alone do not justify the added $50 cost of the main plan. Now, if your online store makes between $16,333 a month and $110,000 a month, go with the Shopify Main plan. In fact, feature-wise, there's almost zero reason to sign up for the Advanced Shopify plan until you exceed $110,000 a month. Now, if you look at the main Shopify plan, you literally get 99% of the features of the Advanced Shopify plan for only $79, which makes this plan the sweet spot for most 6- and 7-figure store owners. Now, the only reason to sign up for the Advanced Shopify plan at this revenue tier is if you require more than 15 staff accounts, but realistically, a store at this level, you're not going to have 15 employees. If you aren't using Shopify payments, then Shopify charges you a credit card transaction fee, which are drastically reduced on the Advanced Shopify plan. So instead of paying 1% in extra fees on the basic plan, you only get charged 0.5%. If you want to show calculated shipping rates at checkout, then go with the Advanced plan. But in my experience, showing the exact shipping rate during checkout is overrated, but for some businesses, it might be important. Now, if your online store makes between $110K a month and $680K per month, go with the Shopify Advanced plan. Now, the Advanced Shopify plan offers the lowest credit card transaction fees of all the main plans, including a couple of extra nice-to-have features. So for example, at this revenue level, you're probably already handling your shipping via a third-party vendor like ShipStation or Shipping Easy. As a result, it might be nice to show you calculated rates during checkout instead of using a table rate or a flat rate solution. Now, if you don't have a bookkeeper or an analytics member on your staff, Shopify's advanced reports will come in handy for projecting your future revenue. But outside of that, you should just stick with the Advanced Shopify plan until you hit $680K a month in revenue, or if you require the advanced feature set of Shopify Plus. If your online store makes over $680K per month, go with Shopify Plus just for the savings on credit card transaction fees alone. At this tier, your credit card processing fees plummet to only 2.15%, which is on par with what you can get with a regular merchant account and gateway combo. But outside of the pure transaction fee savings, Shopify Plus also offers you a host of advanced features that are extremely useful and unique to Plus users. So for example, you get multiple online stores. Now this feature is very convenient if you sell in international markets, and with Shopify Plus, you can have up to 10 stores at no additional cost, where you can tailor the products and the content to whatever country you're selling into. You also get access to Shopify's Launchpad tool. Launchpad is a tool that's only available to Plus members that lets users automate common e-commerce tasks related to promotions and sales. So for example, you can automatically adjust your prices during a promotional campaign based on specific product parameters. You can set complex rules for discounts, such as free gift with purchase or free shipping based on the type of product ordered. You can also set a start and end time for a special sale and automatically change your theme with special colors, images, and immediately revert it back after the campaign is over. Meanwhile, Shopify allows you to monitor your launch campaigns in real time with their event dashboard. You can also sell wholesale with Shopify Plus. One of Shopify's glaring weaknesses is the ability to offer special wholesale pricing to select customers, but Shopify Plus adds this capability out of the box. Now, the Shopify Plus wholesale channel allows you to create a separate Shopify store specifically for your wholesale customers that is an extension of your existing website. Now, especially if you sell in retail locations, you can effectively streamline your sales channels and merge your inventory tracking for your entire operation. Now, you have full control with Shopify Plus. One of the biggest advantages of using Shopify is that you don't need to know how to code your own website. But once your store reaches a certain size, you'll probably have customization needs that extend beyond the regular Shopify plan. So for example, regular Shopify plans do not allow you to alter the checkout experience, but Shopify Plus customers can create any custom checkout implementation that they want. You also get access to Shopify Flow, and in my opinion, access to Shopify Flow is probably the biggest benefit to upgrading to Shopify Plus, aside from the cost benefit. Now, what is Shopify Flow? Well, Shopify Flow is Shopify's back-end automation platform that allows you to set up custom workflows. So for example, let's say I want to automatically track and tag specific customers who purchase widget A and B together. Well, With Shopify Flow, you can easily set up an automated workflow to tag these customers and then use this data to generate highly segmented reports or to set up Facebook custom audiences. You can also export these customers into special segments for your email marketing provider. Now, another popular use case for Shopify Flow is to automatically implement loyalty and retention discounts by segmenting customers with tags based on their lifetime spend amount. You can even use Shopify Flow to send a staff member a Slack message whenever a high LTV customer is shopping in your store. So overall, Shopify Flow allows you to take specific actions based on internal events that run in your store, and the possibilities are endless. Now, one of the most common questions I get asked is, what is the cost of Shopify payments? Now, one of the perks of signing up for any Shopify plan is that they give you the ability to process credit card payments right out of the box without the need for a third-party provider. Now, their credit card payment solution is now called Shopify Payments, and it's very convenient for new online store owners. However, the downside to Shopify Payments is that it's a lot more expensive than almost every third-party credit card processor out there. So for example, a store that makes $10K a month can probably get a 2.2% credit card processing fee from Authorize.net, whereas Shopify charges credit card processing fees of 2.9%. Now, if you can find cheaper credit card rates elsewhere, then why would you stick with Shopify Payments? Well, the main reason is because Shopify charges transaction fees if you use an external payment gateway provider. Their transaction fees start at 2% for the basic Shopify plan and drops down to 0.5% on the advanced Shopify plan. So bottom line, Shopify essentially forces you to use their payment processing platform. Now, the other question I'm commonly asked is, what is the cost of Shopify apps? And the unfortunate reality is that the basic Shopify shopping cart has very few features out of the box. So as a result, most users end up paying additional Shopify costs for third-party apps that extend Shopify's functionality. Now, the majority of apps in the Shopify App Store carry a monthly recurring fee, and these costs must be taken into account when you calculate the overall price of Shopify. In fact, it's not unusual for e-commerce store owners to pay hundreds of dollars per month for apps on top of their basic Shopify plan. And my advice to you when it comes to buying apps on the Shopify App Store is to only pay for apps that definitively contribute to your bottom line. Here are just some other Shopify costs. Even though Shopify handles most of the heavy lifting for your online store website, there are a couple additional costs that you have to worry about on any Shopify plan. For one thing, Shopify does not provide you with a free domain. And to register your domain, Shopify will charge you $9 per year, but in general, you should host all of your website domains at a neutral third-party registrar like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Google Domains. In addition, no Shopify plan provides you with the capability to send email from your own custom domain out of the box either. Instead, if you want to send email under your own domain.com, you'll need to sign up for an email provider like Zoho Mail or G Suite. Now, the million-dollar question is Shopify worth it? Well, Shopify is worth the money if you want to start an online store that can potentially scale to 7, 8, or even 9 figures. Because Shopify is just so popular, they have an army of third-party developers who are constantly adding new functionality and apps, and as a result, Shopify is always on the cutting edge of e-commerce. Now, if you need a feature for your store, there's probably already an app that does what you need. Now, while Shopify is expensive compared to other e-commerce platforms, they are the leaders in the space with a huge war chest of engineering talent and cash. Now, if you want to save money on Shopify, here's what you need to do. The easiest way to save money on any Shopify plan is to pay for a year up front versus paying month to month. Shopify does not advertise this on their website, but you can save up to 25% if you choose to pay for 3 years in advance. In fact, here's how the discount typically works. You can save 10% if you pay for a year in advance, you can save 20% if you pay for 2 years in advance, and you can save 25% if you pay for 3 years in advance. Now, if you plan on sticking with Shopify in the long run, then it's in your best interest to pay for as much upfront as you possibly can. Now, if you're on a month-to-month plan, you can cancel at any time, but it will be significantly more expensive. So I'm now going to answer some of the most commonly asked questions I get about Shopify. How much does a typical Shopify plan cost, including apps? Now, I've already covered the cost of the different Shopify plans, basic, regular, advanced, and plus. However, the cost of your Shopify plan is often just a small fraction of the total cost of running Shopify because of third-party apps. Now, the total number of apps that your store will need will vary depending on the nature of your products and your e-commerce store. But the majority of the students making at least 5 figures per month in my Create a Profitable Online Store course pay over $150 a month on apps alone. The other question I get asked is Shopify Plus worth it because it costs $2,000 a month minimum? Well, it can be worth the money if your store makes at least 7 figures in annual revenue. In general, it makes sense to upgrade to Shopify Plus if you make over $680K per month just for the credit card processing savings alone. However, if you're making between $110K and $680K per month, your decision to use Shopify versus Shopify Plus will depend on the features that you need. Now, overall, Shopify's pricing plans can get quite confusing if you don't have any hands-on experience with the platform. And in practice, it's in your best interest to stay on the cheapest Shopify plan possible until your credit card rate savings exceed the cost of the next higher plan. Now, outside of the Shopify Plus tier, the features you get for each higher plan are mostly a non-factor. After all, most of the extra functionality with Shopify will be gained from paying for third-party apps. Now, the base Shopify cart will never do everything you want it to do, so you'll end up having to pay for apps no matter what. Hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you like what you saw, there's actually a lot more where that came from if you subscribe to my channel below. And if you are interested in learning how to sell physical products online, then click over here and take my free 6-day mini course where I'll walk you through everything that you need to know to get started in e-commerce. Thanks for watching.